What's up, friends? My name is Kevin Bissay, and today I'm reviewing the new Rag & Bone Man's album, Life by Misadventure. As a little bit of background with my experience of Rag & Bone Man, I first heard about Rag & Bone Man through his single Human. I then proceeded to watch a bunch of live performances of his on YouTube, and I also listened to his album. While watching the live performances, I was impressed with his energy and soul, something that I felt wasn't completely captured in the recording process. And so as he approached his second album, Life by Misadventure, follow-up to Human, I had hopes that in this album he would start to show that raw intensity and soul. At first, he didn't. This album was interesting in that if I would have gone off of the first impressions of the album, it would not be good. The album is backloaded. In the music world, sometimes reviewers use the term front-loaded to say that the A-side, the first half of the album, is great while the B-side is lacking. In the case of Life by Misadventure, the first half of the album is lacking, and the back half is where the album really finds its footing and starts to shine. As I said, the album is backloaded. Tracks like Breathe in Me, Talking to Myself, and Anywhere Away from Here didn't feel fresh. They captured the tenderness of Rag & Bone Man, without capturing the energy and soul that I'd come familiar with in some of his songs off of his debut, as well as his live performances. So, starting off my listen, disappointed, not thrilled. And even the Pink lyrics, even the Pink sung parts of Anywhere Away from Here didn't feel inspired. Again, lacking that freshness that I was hoping for from a Rag & Bone Man record. I've noticed some reviews coming out of Rag & Bone Man which criticize this very same thing. The songs don't feel inspired, they feel vanilla, they don't come off as heavy as they should. Some exceptions in the first half would be Fireflies, which I feel like shows an acoustic tenderness that's nice. I especially like the beginning where they kind of have this different production style. I would have been fine if they would have maintained that production style throughout the whole song. Fall in Love Again, I felt like was a good track. It displayed his tenderness well. It kept that cool acoustic vibe going. In general, first half, kind of a disappointment. The album starts to pick up, starting with the song Crossfire, which, banger, great song. Feels Brandon Flowers inspired, maybe. It has a lot more soul. It gets in touch with what makes Rag & Bone Man great. His voice starts to show those elements that I have come to love instead of those more tender elements that he hasn't displayed as much in the past. All in all, starting out strong, Crossfire. The following songs continue to keep up that really cool, soulful, almost southern energy, which was a really interesting move for Rag & Bone Man. I think if the album would have been played right, this could have been his 21. I'm referring to Adele's 21. In that, when Adele did 21, she really latched on to this Americana vibe that really shone with her vocals and showed kind of like a doo-wop thing. She just really embraced American music and American Southern music in a unique way that no one was expecting. The songs felt nostalgic and real at the same time. And so I think Rag & Bone Man could have had that same effect on this album. And it showed in that the second half of the album was great. It did have that really cool live energy. It was moving. It was exciting. Unfortunately, because the first half came up so short, the album as a complete summation as a whole just doesn't land. Would I take tracks off of this album and put them on a playlist? Certainly. They're great tracks. When the Party's Over, sick track. Party's Over, great track. Somewhere Along the Way, great track. Crossfire, great track. just that whole back section. Old Habits even. It's a little slower, but it gets that soul in there. It feels real. That second half is super solid. Very good B-side, very strong B-side. Another aspect that kind of influences my opinion a little bit is I do like that electronic energy. I felt like the fusion of electronica and soul was expert on his first album, and I felt like that was missing a little bit here. We've come to love that electronica, and the way it was done here, there are some electronic elements, there are some, pads and atmospheric guitar elements, but they don't feel as driving and inspired as the electronic elements that were present on the first album. So we'll see what's to come with Rag & Bone Man. I would love for him to go back to that cool electronic vibe that he's had for a long time, those hip-hop elements. And I'd also be fine if he attempted what he's done here again with a more experienced songwriter or producer who could reproduce the results that Adele achieved with 21. Overall, the album gets 2 stars. It's my cup of tea. I dig it. I don't know that I'll come back to this whole album much, though. It's not something that I really want to turn to over and over again. It's all right, though. Second half especially. Second half is baller. As far as other music that's come out this week, the new track by J. Cole, sounding great. Gets me excited for the next album. The song's called Interlude. He's got a really cool vibe. His flow is nice. The production is great. The lyrics are interesting. It all points to a good album coming out from J. Cole. Pink's newest song was cool too. I mean, if she would have turned out a song like that or with vocals like that on Rag & Bone Man's album, I think we'd be blessed. Unfortunately, she didn't. But yeah, in general, good job for Pink. It's cool. It's a cool thing. The new Coldplay song, Higher Power, not great. I don't know about anyone else. I'm just getting tired of gated reverb snares on songs. They're just getting kind of old. Once you hear them so many times, you're like, okay, is this really what you're into now? Is this really authentic to who you are, or are you just doing it because? Some bands, I feel like they're honestly getting what that vibe is. Like The Weeknd, his album really, captured that. But in general, what's going on? The new Black Keys song, Go Down South, sick. Gets me even more excited for the new album. I really like his falsetto on this song. It might be my favorite performance of falsetto from the Black Keys that I have heard thus far. Really, really solid. Has me very excited. An album that came out recently that I haven't checked out yet, though I want to check it out, is the new Weezer album. I feel like it's going to be good. I've really liked OK Human. From what I've heard of Van Weezer so far, it feels like they're getting that hit quality going on, really driving big songs. So I hope I can hear some bops and bangers. They always write good pop, Weezer, so we'll check that out as well. The song that probably got me most excited for the album coming out was the new Rise Against song, Numbers. Good song. Like doing what Rise Against does best, a really good workers unite type of song. Very, very empowering, very driving. So I'm excited for that, and I hope that the album is able to live up to what Rise Against can be and has been in the past. Got that to look forward to. And that's it. Please give me a like, subscribe, hit the bell notification, comment your thoughts about the new Rag & Bone Man album, as well as just thoughts about music. Let's just get a little music community here going, Let's just all be friends. We can talk music together. I also put out music myself, so you're going to want to check that out. My latest album is Popra. You can find it on Spotify, Apple Music, or anywhere under my name. I do these music reviews every Friday, so if you're looking for some regular music updates, check out this channel every Friday and you'll find new materials. Thanks for watching. Catch you on the flip.